Oh, money. Could I transfer the money? How many how many can you got? I'll just send you 7K. I think it's 20. 200, another one printer. I think it's 30 rather. So that'll be like 60. Uh, now, right. You sent it back. So, why are you like this? How do I find the account number? Okay, no, is this in or out? Okay. Okay. Huh? Let me check. So what refreshment did they get? Another name. 15. If you like, we join. If you like, we join. 30. Yeah. Let me rename it. 0001. So this is the name of the, because it's a little confusing. I think it should rise to the top now. Okay. It will ask you what's the name of the building. 001 print September. There are 30 files inside of it. Sent it. I've not sent it. Let me do that again. Yeah, remove it. So you go kill a road again. What should the road? You know where to drop at. Just look out for tell him Branco Junction. I have space with drops in Branco Junction. So it's just also please call me to buy some. Drop it. I'll come out. Marco. Yes. I'll take excuse. I said, do you need to take excuse before you say my name? Now, the only thing is, I just need you guys to undo them with care. And then return it on. I recording. Jesus. Okay. What number did we stop at? 20, I guess. Okay. So let's continue. Number 21, work with the assistant director to resolve any scheduling or logistical issues during production. Straightforward enough, yeah? Ensure continuity between scenes by coordinating with the script supervisor. Online, are we together? Mr. Paul, Mr. Kazim, okay? I think I've sent messages to others that we're live. Let me call her. Where's the phone? Just give me a minute, please. She's been on my matter since I left here. It would be unfair if I don't call her that we have started. Hello, ma'am. Yeah, we're about to start. I've sent you a message on WhatsApp to join, to log in. Yes. Yes. Again, if you know anybody working in Pepsi, they must sign me on as ambassador. My own don't pass ambassador own. I take the JJD2 on a regular. Who was there when they brought it? They bring it on a regular. Like I actually have paid somebody every day. They bring it again. Because the thing they do my back. And the fact that you don't get wife for house, no me say make you no get ready. All right. Sir? My daughter. Ah. It's my daughter that is sending me message. All right, moving on. Okay. No, she hasn't yet. She will meet us and then there's a recorded video. We'll be fine. I've uploaded the day one. Okay, I didn't send it to you. I posted it to the group. Don't worry. After today, this other group I'm saying, that's where I'll be posting stuff. You are not in that group too. Please pass the attendance to him when you're done. So below by you're writing your name in the attendance. Oh yeah, write it. It's fine. So who knows what a script supervisor does? Who is a script supervisor and what does a script supervisor do? Continuity, yeah. Another word for continuity is script supervisor. Sometimes the AD can double as a script supervisor, yes. If you don't have a script supervisor, AD can fill those shoes. It's the same thing they do. In a way, some of what the script supervisor does, the AD does also, but the script supervisor does it on a much more detailed level. Okay. But what if the AD does the same? It suffices. The most important part of what a script supervisor does is to maintain continuity. Let me talk about continuity for a minute. Are we recording? Yes. Is Miss Benson, has she joined us? Yes, she has. All right. We're good to go. The main difference between music videos and movies is continuity. So in our cinematography class, I insist that you should specialize. If you come to learn cinematography, you should specialize in either shooting movies or shooting music videos because they are quite different. We use the same equipment, lights, lens, all of it, but the mindset, the approach to shooting movies is different from the mindset and approach to shooting movies. Okay? Like I said, movies, the lifeblood of movies is continuity. However, the lifeblood of music videos is aesthetics. The goal of a music video is to shoot the most fantastic aesthetic shot. It's just a montage of beautiful shots, so to speak. You don't need continuity in a music video. But let's leave music videos. We're talking about movies here. When we talk of continuity for films, it's continuity across all levels. Let's start with story. There should be continuity in the story, meaning we should know what led to what, that led to what, that led to what, continuity. His father shouldn't just die. His son shouldn't just travel. Okay. Number two, there's continuity of characters. He can't play his brother in scene 1, and by scene 2, he's playing his father. Yeah. There's continuity of what's you call them? Costumes, actions, like it's multi-layers of continuity. The moment you break location, the moment you break continuity in film, we know that there's something. Okay, let me take it another level higher. Why do people actually watch movies? Sir? Did somebody say something? To get entertained is one of the major reasons why people watch movies. Yeah? But there are more reasons. Entertain, educate, and informate. Beautiful. Yeah? The same thing media does is what film does. I agree with that 100%. But then there is more. Thriller encore. But yes, it could be.
Yeah, I think it takes you through a journey.
Yeah, it takes you through a journey. That's part of it too. Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Yes, you can. A new session starts on Monday. But let me call you back. I'm in class. Or call me at 5. By 5, I'll be free. Call me back at 5. Yes, 5 o'clock, yes. All right. The key reason, other than all of the ones that has been stated, the key reason, or rather one other reason why people watch movies is to escape. As a means to escape their everyday life. It's one of the reasons why people watch, like today, comedy reigns. The people are frustrated. Sakpa, they fire people left, right, center. People are saying shaggy. I don't want to go and watch another film of another guy going through shaggy. So what do I want? Something to help me take the pains away, something I can laugh at. That's why of late, comedy sells. In the US, there's some comedy, but comedy is not the primary, what's it called, they do for entertainment now. There's a Yoruba saying about Tiyan ba yo, lo ma wa bekun bekun. Yeah, like, how do I say this? You get to a certain state and you start thinking outside of yourself. After you don't chop, you don't belly full, you are educated, you have kids, everybody is good. You now sit there and like, what is the meaning of life, Seth? Is it somebody that's not eating that'll be thinking of what is the meaning of life? Do you understand? So when everything you need is set, my face, when everything you need is set, is when you will now be looking for films that make meaning.
When hunger they fire you, you are not looking for meaning in fame. Oh. You're not looking for meaning, no. You're just looking for. Do you get it? That's number one. People want to escape their everyday life, and where do they run to? This new world that you have created. Movie is dreamland. Movies are supposed to be a dream world where people can run away from and run into and just be there for that 1.5 hours and just forget about their life troubles. Okay, why am I saying all of this? If you have that understanding that people want to run somewhere and hide somewhere, it reminds me of Chris Brown's song, Don't Wake Me Up. Question is, why the fuck do you wake them up? Person can't hide. They use Bankere de Poshua. How do I mean? You write 20 years later, and she's still wearing the same wig. Your brain will just be like, But you might not understand what I just said. Let me take us another level deeper. There is something called, in every human being, the faculty of disbelief. A truth tester. In simple English, a truth tester. Is why when you give conductor 500, how much is transport? 200. And he gives you 200 back. What would you say? Shey you dey whine me? Yeah? Why? Because you automatically, the truth tester detects that, my change no complete now. You listen to the news, and the news at 7 says, President Muhammadu Buhari turns 24 years old today. And you'll be like, how? Make it make sense now. Do you get what I'm saying? There's that agency, that faculty in everybody's mind that tests for truth or false. And the moment it senses something as false, it will flag it like, dun, 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 dun. Are we on the same page? Good. That faculty has an on and off switch. When people sit in front of TV to watch film, do you know what they do? Off. They turn off that faculty. You stop thinking and reasoning when you start watching a film. It's the way we are built. You know, say now, as Jesus, no vex. Let me give you an example. Adesua told me, who's her husband? Banky W, yes? Are you sure? Okay. So there's this film. In the film, Adesua told me, her husband is Ramsey Noah. In the film, yes? Now, in the film, she's cheating on her husband, Ramsey Noah, with another guy. Banky W is the one playing that guy that she's cheating with. Are you following? Good. And then on one day, her husband, Ramsey Noah, the character playing her husband, he goes to work. As he goes to work, babe, call, no mind the idiots, he don't go, you come. So her boyfriend comes to their house, and as they want start to they do, husband forgets, remember I say he forgets something. So he starts coming back to the house. As he's coming, would you not be like, God will catch you today. Your husband will catch you with another man. Is that not what you are thinking? Are you normal? Wait. Are you normal? Who is her husband? Is it not she and her husband that is on the bed? The thing that you have suspended your brain. Do you understand where I'm going to? When you know that justifies what I just said. When you sit down in front of the TV to watch a film, you suspend your brain. Is the way we are built. You suspend your brain. But Banky is her husband. But you two, you believe, say, she's cheating or Ramsey Noah with her husband? Are you people normal? Don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay like that. You get. So that becomes the new reality. Do you understand what I'm saying now? When we sit down to watch a film, you are creating, I'm saying this so that you understand the power you hold when you make a film. You're creating a whole new world, and people take it as their reality. Shotiyewa. So that faculty of disbelief is suspended once you sit down in front of a TV to watch a film. You know, say that lie then will give you, but you came to be lied to. You accept the lie. So you as a director, you as a producer, why should you break that illusion? Why? I have made myself your slave. Use me anyhow. Lie any lie, give me. I'll believe anything you tell me right now. And then you start telling. So yesterday, the man put 2 shoes on the roof. And as he was coming back from the place, the Gary he carried in his hand poured. And everybody was asking him, how far with the okra now? And I was like, which okra? Check me that I put 2 shoes on the roof. I don't know that okra and Gary does not mix together. And everybody's like, but Tinubu is also the cause of the thing. Do you understand? His wristwatch. Nobody knows what happens. The thing is not turning. Are you following this? You don't want to do that to your audience. And they're like, wait. Is it making, it be like say it's making, but it's not making sense. But they want to come and just be like this. So don't break the illusion. How do you break the illusion? By breaking continuity. I said all of this for us to understand and appreciate what continuity does in film, so that you pay attention, like maximum attention to continuity in your film, from the story to the characters to the costume to who sat on the right, who sat on the left, if they filmed from here, if they filmed from there, both in the editing, the shooting, the writing. Like, even if your producer says he does not have enough money to employ somebody for continuity, hold your AD responsible to do the job of continuity. Tell all the actors you are continuity on this set. To all of you, think continuity first. So as you sit down, when you're acting, remember how you moved, so that when you come back again, you can move that way. Like, get everybody conscious of continuity. Do we understand this? It's that important. And it's one of the reasons why Nigerian films are the way they are. We take these things that are quote and unquote small details. They are the things that can actually mess up your film. I was telling somebody now about, what was it again? Yes, earrings. There's someone who didn't wear earrings yesterday, and I commented like, okay. And then today she's wearing. She's like, you didn't notice, so. Like, when things are right, we don't notice. It is when it is off that everybody notices. So when you do continuity and everything right, nobody notices. They just enjoy it and they don't commend you. Wait until you do something wrong. It's like, do we get this? Salt is the best example. If salt stays inside food, you know, go feel it. It's the day there's no salt, you will know, say, exactly. So, number 22, ensure continuity between scenes by coordinating with the script supervisor, or ensuring that everybody has a sense of continuity on set. Continuity is a lifeblood of film. I know that's the reason why I'm using that word, lifeblood. Like, is the essence. Remove continuity from film, you don't have film again. Every other thing we've been talking about doesn't matter anymore the moment you lose sight of continuity. All right, number 23, manage the on-set atmosphere, fostering a collaborative and focused environment. We all know what we mean by on-set atmosphere, do we? The ambience. We've spoken about this severally today. Number 24, Oversee the wrap-up of each day's shoot, ensuring all necessary shots are completed. I'm not going to say anything about it. If you don't get it, forget about it. Okay? But you remember when I said at the end of each day, make sure you preview every shot that was taken and make sure it is okay by you before we go home. So that if you need to ground everybody and say, we need to reshoot this scene, you can do so. Remember, most times when we go to location, we have a fixed number of days that we're shooting for. Yeah? Meaning that the stuff we're supposed to shoot today, if we have 2 scenes left, it's going to add to tomorrow's own. And if you have another 2 left from that one, it will add. And then on the last day of shoot, you still have 5 scenes left. And then everybody is working with time, your actors especially. We've talked about actors and timing, haven't we? Like when you and them agree on Friday, she has agreed with somebody else for Saturday. So if you don't finish on Friday, there's no begging that you want to beg that will make her stay on Saturday. Because why? She has sold her time to somebody else on that Saturday. Somebody called me to shoot a short film for him. It was supposed to be on the Monday, first thing on the Monday. I had a class. I tried to find a way. I told somebody to handle the class. I went. We're just supposed to be 3 scenes. It was a short film. He wanted to use it to get into the industry. He brought a Yoruba actress. He too wanted to act inside, just to show that I can do this thing. Fine. Got there. I want to pick camera, pick equipment. I got to the place. I forgot mic. Where did I pick equipment from? Kola. Agbado. Where are we shooting? Ajawo Estate. Back bounce. What is going to happen? So I called somebody in the classroom, go to Arena, go and buy mic for me. Since 9:30, 11:30, Mr. Man still never showed. I did as if I wanted to make a call. I stepped out and I went to Arena myself to go and buy mic. By the time I got back, actress had left. Because they agreed till 2 p.m. with her. She collected her money, dusted her yash, and waka. Did she show up for the shoot? Yes. She was on ground. She has fulfilled her own end of the bargain. She agreed with you between 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. 2 knack. She carried her bag. That was how that film messed up. There was no film. Whose fault was it? Mine. My fault. Yes and yes and yes. And they will stay. Yeah, but again, either ways, you should just be conscious of all of these things. You get. So the end result of all of that is make sure that you stick to schedule every time. In fact, ensure that you finish the shoot. So, hello, people of God. You know, this is the reason why I kept insisting when you were doing the shoot last week. Time. It's about time. It makes more sense if you shoot and it's not the best shoot you could do and you finish it than you sit down, you insist you must finish these 2 scenes and you leave 10 undone. Where are you going to get the time to do those ones? So anyways, we're supposed to talk about how to schedule your shoots. Let me chip this in now. Schedule the easy shots first. Knock off the short scenes, the easy ones. Don't say, let me start with the hard one. So that once I do that, I know that the rest is easy. You have 12 scenes. 2 of them quite tricky and difficult. 10 easy. You started 9 a.m. in the morning. By 6, you are halfway through the second scene. You know, there are 2 difficulties. You've shot only the first one. The second one, only God help you to finish them before that day finish. How many scenes do you have left? Who would follow you here say there are 10 easy scenes? 10 easy or 10 hard? How many more scenes do you have to go? 10. Yeah, yes. That also makes some sense. That makes some, I understand that, it makes sense. Sure. So, so what you just said now does not negate what I said. That is, when you say give me the difficult ones first, that means I've said I'm doing the two most difficult things today. Is the scheduling now. Not that you have 12 things, 2 difficult, 10 easy. Yeah. And you first tackle the difficult ones. But I say I'm shooting only 2 things today. We didn't apportion 12. We apportioned the 2 most difficult things for this day. And I know that I'm done with that. Oh, okay, you can do this. That's another approach. There are 2 different things. I can relate with why that person will say that. Because the longer people wait on set, the more they get fidgety, and some will leave. But everybody gather, oh yeah, let's shoot it now. And then you can discharge them, and then you are left with your smaller crowd that you can sit down with and you guys can work on. Makes sense, die. So we are still speaking the same language, which is prioritize, calculate, and make sure that what option you choose makes sense for you and for the shoot. For example, like what we'll be doing for the acting class will start mid-September or maybe November. For our acting trainees, all of them will be the lead actor in 2 films before they graduate. By the way, anybody who's aspiring to be an actor, your best bet is not to want to act beside a star. It's not going to favor your career. Oh, you and Bimbo are in the same scene. Who will you notice? Now, Bimbo, I no go notice say you exist now. Yet, upcoming actors think it is until they act with Bimbo that they can write, I will not see your father. Do you understand? So what should you do? Build your own audience. If you're the lead, then we focus on you from beginning to the end. And if you do a good job, you're like, oh my God, they're bad though. You see her twice, you see her 3 times, you begin to pay attention. She starts building her own audience. But the question is, which producer will carry money and use you, an unknown actress, as the lead in their film? It no go work. Every producer would rather get a star to be the lead in their film, which is the reason why our own program is about, that's how we promote. It doesn't mean there will be no star in the film. It means they will not be the lead in the film. The stars will be like waka pass, so to speak. They'll be there to support the film and give it some presence, but they will not be the lead in the film. So in case anybody is considering an acting career and you're looking at how to, and that's the best way. Use your money. Instead of carry that money, find producer to produce film, use you as the lead and put some stars inside. Or come to Lagos Film School. We will do the same for you. 1, teach you how to act, and then put you in a lead role in 1 or 2 films. I will put 1 or 2 stars to also panel beat your star, come up small, that kind of thing. All right, moving on. Oh, I remember I wanted to say something. That was why I gave that example. So in that scenario, say the school is shooting the film. There are 6 main casts, 4 of them upcoming actors, students of the school, and 2 of them celebs who will be taking minor roles. How would you schedule that kind of shoot? You shoot the celeb first. All their scenes, pack it on 1 or 2 days. Let them shoot sharp, sharp, and go. Then there's you and your people. You can take your time and calm down, whether they are slow, whether they are fast, and then you can get the film done and over with. And so, of course, you have to work with their schedule now. You are not working with your own schedule. You are working with their own schedule. No, you define something. Who is finding something? Them or you? Okay, I hear you. So you work with their schedule. Like I said, there comes a time when you now get mouths. Until that time, Yoba will say, "Towe Yoba ti te ikuda." Ukimbe ikutu papopsion. Until your hand touches the sheath of the sword, You don't ask, who killed my father? Ah, you don't get sword for hand. You can't do, then go.
As an actor, you mean? You're asking from the place of an actor. Okay. It is said that if you're in Rome, you should behave like a Roman. And if you're in Germany, you should behave like a German. Truth is, the roles you play in real life does not affect you. But the other truth is that in Africa, especially in Nigeria, àwọn agborodun, wọ́n wà, wọ́n dẹ̀ pọ̀. Can I say that? How do I say that in English? What's agborodun now? Is Miss Benson online? She's not. She would have been the best person. Oh, where is Queer? Miss Benson just came on board. Please, what's the English of agborodun? Can you help us, please? Okay. Let me use a story to illustrate. So a man in Yoruba land, it's a taboo to kill a vulture, to eat a vulture. Should be vulture in Igunugun. Yes. So it's a taboo to eat a vulture. So this man goes to the farm, comes back with a vulture he killed, cooks it, and sits in front of his hut and says, all of them always say something will happen to me if I eat vulture. Oh, be. And he eats the vulture. He goes inside to sleep. He doesn't wake up the next day. Only for people to discover that what was inside the pot was chicken and not vulture. The next day, after he has died. What killed him? You could say his mouth, but what actually killed him? His mouth is the cause, but it's not the doer. What did death to him? Vulture, but we didn't eat vulture. He ate chicken, but he intentionally called chicken vulture, and he died. What killed him? Poison chicken.
The Ministry of Agborodun.
The Ministry of Agborodun. Please, can you help us with the meaning of Agborodun for our non-Yoruba speaking audience? Okay, but seriously speaking now, perception is a thing. And inherited enemies is also a thing. Who knows what inherited enemies are? Because me and him will be friends, and they fight you. Therefore, I too, I fight you. And I don't have issues with you. So I'm inheriting his enemies just because. You know, we do that a lot in Africa here. So I would want to avenge him. You don't do me anything, though. But if I see you, I see your file, I go wrong and say you, who, where, how. Do we get this? That is what happened to Mr. Man, Mr. Vulture, Uncle Fulani. Because they were defending the gods. The gods did not do anything to Mr. Man. But people who heard him say that he is eating vulture, they fought on behalf of the gods and they did something to kill him. Not physically now. You understand what I'm saying? And it's the challenge we have in this part of the world. I would admit it's a challenge. Me as a person will work. Okay? Do I believe in spiritual forces? Yes. Do I believe that they are potent and effective and they work? Yes. Do I believe they can work either for me or against me? No. Me as a person. Do you understand? For example, I don't give alms to beggars. I don't. What's the English now? I don't put myself in a place where you can bless me so that you cannot curse me. I don't know if you understand the logic.
If you cannot bless me, you cannot curse me. I don't know if that makes some sense to you. If you can't bless me, you can't curse me. If I don't bring myself under the, what's it called, of your blessing, costless, a cost shall not come. And it's fine, it's fine. Don't let's do spiritual. Okay. Okay. And it works for them. Does it work for them? Does it work for them? Do you understand? So, do you understand? So, what's your name again, please? John. There are truths, true, and there are lies. There is holy and there is evil, and there is power. I will not be one to deny power, either of holy origin or of evil origin. Let's first of all, that was where I started from. I am not denying that. Then I also understand that what you believe is what works for you. Some people believe in tithing, and when they tithe, life opens up to them. It is not whether it is true or false. Me, I've seen enough things in the Bible that says that doesn't make me think tithing is the way to go. But it does not change those who believe in tithing. And when they tithe, I swear it works for them. I've come to understand that this life. So I woke up one day and I had what, I don't know if it was a trance. I don't know if it was just my mind. It was like they took me to the beginning and the origin of us, Yorubas. And it was like they were signing some form of covenant. And they agreed that we have agreed that it will be like this. We as a people. And because we've agreed it will be like this, it will continue to be like this for us and for our generations going forward. And that is how it is. And it does not mean that they are making a covenant with, that it is right or it is wrong. Or it means they made a covenant and that covenant is working for them. Let me hear you now.
Yes. Nobody can come and say, I don't believe that will work.
Yes.
Because if you say don't believe that, that's me.
No.
You will fall. Now, but when you give the example of you don't give money, you understand because you believe that you give money, you give alms, or you give half of bless you. That's where you are putting up with somebody. You know? Yes. Now, I came now for the thing that when it comes to blessing, where God made it, not that it's God that you're giving to God to bless you. Most of the things they feel like this type, me personally, I don't believe in that. Yet, but the way God made the earth has been blessed. And there are principles that God put that when you follow this principle, it will work for you. Just like this, you study, you have a good certificate, you get a job. And somebody will not tell. You go to school, you get a job. Now, the principle of blessing is not about whether you believe it or not. I mean, it's not about it's a principle.
I understand that.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, you saying that if
I get you now. I get you. We'll move on with this directing class for 15 seconds. Actually, there's a little more than belief in what I said. And it goes thus.
I would allow you now. Do you believe that your money is your life? Yes. I know you don't believe, so let me show you. Just hold on. Hold on. I don't mean it in a bad way. I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm saying it exactly as it is. So you wake up in the morning, you go to work. 9 to 5, you close, you come back. At the end of the month, what do they give you? A salary. Can you get back that portion of your life that you have sold into this man's work? What does he give you back in return in exchange for your life that you have sold in his work? What does he give you back? Money. That is the equivalent of your life that you have sold in his work. Your money is your life. It's why money is a spiritual connection. When you carry money, your money that you worked for, and you carry and give somebody, there's a connection in the spirit. You are bridging and you are collecting either curses or blessings. So when I say I don't give beggars, that's what I was speaking to. I will not use my money to connect to whatever is flowing from you, specifically a beggar. Because beggars are known to have gone to charm themselves. Because beggars also know that you want to come out every people do people do like this. And they give it to beggars. Do you understand? No, I'm going somewhere. Do you know that a lot of beggars actually use the money to go and also do stuff? Do you know? So the question I'll land. I'll let you land. So it means that when you give to a beggar, you can either connect to blessings or curses. You don't know which one he carries. So I don't want any blessing or curses from you. I will not connect to any. Do you understand my own point now? So it's not really from a belief, just not the belief thing. That is number 25. Conduct additional pickups or reshoots as needed. We don't do that often here. But this is one of the ways that American films make sense. So you shoot a film, you write a film, you direct it, it's shot, you go to edit it. And it's after it's been edited that you see that like, this thing is not adding up. We need 2 more scenes to explain the reason why he decided to leave it. In American films, they do it on almost every film. Almost every. We don't do it a lot here, but that is what they do there. And it's the reason why, one of the reasons why they do it is for marketing purposes. Okay, let me mention one other thing. In the US, in Hollywood, they do what is called audience testing. So after a film has been edited and finished, they will gather who are the audience we expect to watch this film, families between the ages of this and this. So they will gather people like that, about 50 of them, and they'll play the film for them to get their, I still don't understand this thing. Why did, but she should have, and they take note of all of these issues that was raised and decide how to correct it. And that's what will precipitate a reshoot. Why? Because their goal is to satisfy the audience. These people spend upwards of 200 million on films, and they'll use another 100 million to promote it. Meaning, if the audience no buy them, do you understand? Unlike us, all the money, maybe the most expensive Nigerian film, maybe it would be like $500,000. Maybe. The most expensive Nigerian film ever, maybe $500,000. Compare that to $200 million. You know that we are not speaking the same language. So they do a lot of things that we don't do. Why? Because their goal is to satisfy the audience. So I'm just bringing it up so that we know that this exists, not because I'm encouraging us to do it. You should have made sure that you clean up your act in the script level before you even go ahead to shoot. All right, number 26. Supervise the post-production process, including editing, sound design, and visual effects. Self-explanatory. Yes, 27. Collaborate with the editor to refine the cut of the film. Same as above. Not the same as above, different, but then we can say they are the same. The post-production process includes editing. Editing is not the only thing we do in post-production. Sound design, visual effects, subtitling,
color grading, dubbing to another language, etc. Do you understand? And you, as the director, should supervise each of these processes and then the edit, the final cut of the film. But you're supposed to refine the edit together. Because the question is, how good is the editor? Most editors are quacks. And you know, I use that word a lot. And I actually mean it. Better than the director a lot of times. But, okay, so let's talk about editing for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 12 more seconds to go. 3, 4, 10 seconds to go. All right. Editing is the final bus stop that can determine if your film makes sense or not. Most editors know how to cut and join, meaning they know how to edit videos. But most editors are not storytellers, meaning they don't have the very substance and essence it takes to take a video from we cut am to a cinematic experience. Am I speaking English? So when I use the word most video editors are quacks, that is what I'm speaking to. Do they know how to edit? Yes. But the fact that you know how to use CorelDRAW does not make you a graphics designer. Hello? The fact that you know how to use CorelDRAW does not make you a graphics designer. The fact that you know how to use Adobe Premiere to edit does not make you a video editor. Specifically, a storyteller. Are you with me? And your goal is to tell a story with this film that you're putting out. With this knowledge, you should know that you are supposed to monitor the post-production process to make sure that what the editor is putting out, what the editor is doing for you, is the story you want to tell. Editing is one thing, storytelling is another. Moving on. Work with the composer to compose the film score and sound design. Review and approve the final mix, color grading, and special effects. Present the final cut to the producer and other stakeholders for feedback. Your organization send you job. Or now you send yourself. Wait, does the director send himself the work he's doing? No. You are hired by someone to deliver a job. And your job is to deliver the job to the person that sent you the job. I just use job 5 times in a sentence and it makes sense. I suppose collect a word. I swear. All right, make final tweaks and adjustment based on feedback. Remember the feedback thing I said now? When they do the audience testing, you get audience feedback and then you make adjustments as necessary. Either reshoot, re-edit, adjust some parts, whatever it is you need to do, such that the film is now at least relatable to the audience you want to show it to. Because this is how it works for them. You know, most of their films goes to the cinemas first, before whether it will go to Blu-ray, whether they will take it to cable, but it first goes to the cinemas. And this is how cinema work. We will ask those who have gone to witness it, if good or no good. Once people start giving bad reviews, a lot of people will not go. You know, everybody doesn't go to the cinema at the same time to watch. So they get feedback from the first set of people, the first wave. Once the first wave of attendees or if they start giving negative reviews, people will not bother to waste their, especially now that it's quite expensive. Ticket fees is not cheap. Just like in Nigeria here too. Do you know how much a movie ticket is now? 10K-ish. It's 10K-ish now. So you carry 3 pikin, say you want to go watch cinema. You know how much you just spent? Plus Coke. That's somebody's salary. Minimum wage, now you just spend so. Minimum wage, now you spend so. It is well. Okay? Now, oversee the delivery of the final film to distributors or film festivals. So, let's talk about film festivals. I should what? 32. Oversee the delivery of the final film to distributors or film festivals. That's what I want to talk about. So film festivals, remember that there are two creators of a film, two owners. You have the creator and the owner. The creator, who is the creator? The director, who is the owner? The producer. And most times, especially when you're just coming up as a director, you'll be the one to pitch your film by yourself. Number one. Number two, the best person to sell a film is the creator and not, I mean, to film festivals now, not to distribution studios. The best person to speak to studios that understand the language of money is the producer. Best person to interface with film festivals is the director. It is creator to creator. Film festivals has a business angle to it, but it is first and foremost from a creative perspective than from a financial arrangement thinking. The distribution layer comes because we know that if a film makes it to a festival, that means it makes sense. We are looking for films which make sense to invest in. That is where the financial and the distribution angle enters festivals. But it is first and foremost driven by creative input. It's the reason why awards, most of the awards are through festivals. Do we get it now? So who best to pitch this creative work if not the creator? Do we understand that now? So for studios, producer, the director will probably say the wrong things when it comes to interfacing with the studio. Studio wants to hear metrics, numbers, data, statistics. Don't not want to hear the story and the visuals. Wetin concern me as the studio? E go sell, abi no go sell. That's my own. Now money me I want count now. Do you understand? So 33. Participate in promotional activities such as interviews, panels, and screenings. The director does not organize this. He only participates. It is not the job of the director to set up interviews to promote the film. Whose job is that? The producer. But the director is one of the people who they would interview. So you should show face and talk well about the film. Lastly, reflect on the film's production process to identify lessons for future people of God. Let me distill all the grammar we've been blowing into basic steps. We did from number 1 to 34, and we've been on this for like some 3-4 hours. And the truth is, most of us have lost sight on where we started from. True or false? I didn't say all, most of us. Some people are so, and like, number 1, Goshin, Jaluri, I understand. But for most of us, we've forgotten even what was. So let me say it in simple English. I'm not like way about you want to direct a film. With this, this document I'm using, I'll drop it in the group as reference, okay? But live let me talk about how to direct a film. Step 1, digest the script. Step 2, visualize the film. Step 3, put together a team that will help you realize this dream. Step 4, communicate the idea to them. Step 5, hold every, responsible, head of department responsible to deliver this task you have given them. It's your job. You're delegating it to them. The costumiers, the wardrobe person, is your job they are doing. You are delegating it to them. It's their job. It is not their job. It is yours. Step 5, no matter what happens, supervise the casting process. Even if actor don't come, they've selected actors before they brought you on board. Do what you can to make sure the actors give you the best performance possible. E.g., write notes on the script for them to know what scene preceded this one, to know what state of mind they should be for this scene, to know what you expect them to deliver for this scene. Step 5, during on set, create a viable atmosphere for them and coach your actors to give you the best performance possible. Step 6, you should work hand in hand with the director of photography check every camera. If there's a 3-camera shoot, check one by one the framing of each of the shots and make sure it is what you want. The DOP is not the one who will give you what he wants. You are the one determining for him what you want to see. Step 6, even though the audio Mr. Man is carrying waiting call, except you've worked with him for a while and you've come to a place of, I trust this guy to handle sound. The first time you're working with your sound guy, carry earphone from his head. Check the sound at intervals. The same way I said, check the video that's been recorded, go to the sound and check the sound at intervals. Of course, like I said, make sure you check recorded video at the end of it. Follow through with the second assistant cameraman, who is the DIT, the digital intermediate one thing, the technician on set. His job essentially is to copy videos from the card onto the hard disk. You see? We do. They're everywhere. But they don't loud it. But is just assistant cameraman. His job is just to be copying files, renaming, copy them in a folder, arrange it, organize it. Maybe they don't do it in Yoruba industry, but these other ones, they are beginning to step into that place. But where I'm going to is this: if your DOP does not have, insist that somebody should assist him for that. Number 2, supervise the process. Picture this: producer spends 20 million, ordinary 20 million to shoot a film. You, director, direct it. Yeah? At the end, they say, while they were copying some of the file, the thing corrupt. Remember this. See, this is the most important statement you will hear from this workshop. The DOP, his job, it is not his job to shoot your film. Hello? It is not the job of the DOP to shoot your film. Whose job is it? Your job. You delegated it to him. You should now do Oromonishe Fayati. Do you know what that means? You send down message, but yet you dey follow and do the job. You supervise every step of the way. That's your job. Don't ever forget it. It is not DOP's job, oh. It's your job. It's not editor's job, oh. Whose job is it? It's your job. Like I said, if you don't take anything away from all of this training, that is the most important thing. Understanding that every crew member is doing your job. You have delegated them to do this for you. And as a good leader, you should follow up, supervise, train if necessary, and call the DOP. Okay, so what's your plan for after you shoot? What's the process to transfer it? And it says like this, like this. But you know it doesn't make sense. You have a backup. And what do you need backup for, Oga? So as I'm looking at you now, go and get an external hard drive, a second drive to this one. As you are copying it on this hard drive, copy it on the second hard drive. I don't want any story of file corrupt. So if it corrupts on the first hard disk, at least it will not corrupt on the second hard disk. Or copy it on your system and back it up on the hard disk. Except family, village people, no come up for it back. But you understand, you're following through. That also means that you should be aware of what that department requires. Directing is not easy. You must know about every area of filmmaking to be able to succeed as a director. And then at the end of all of it, sit down with the editor and make sure you get a polished job. Wait, talking about the editing thing, you should not go to sit with the editor as the director. Hello? You should not sit down with the editor as the director. Who should you sit down? When you sit down with the editor, who are you when you sit down with the editor? Are the audience. See, when you sit down you'll be thinking from a technical point of view. You'll be making excuses and explaining away why this is like this because you are forget, uncle, sit down, viewer, and watch the thing. It makes sense, I mean, it don't make sense. And you can easily tell when it's not making sense if you watch it from that point of view. Do we get this? Include to say this. Your job as a director is to wine the audience. Hello? Did you hear that? Your job as the director is to do what? Is to finger the brain of the audience. Your job is to take them on a journey. Your job is to make sure that you take them to the final bus stop. That until they see the end credits, they should not be able to go and piss. That is your job. How do you pull it off? That is the question you have to answer. Start with the script. Make sure that this scene leads to this scene that leads to this scene, and there's a connecting dot. Make sure nothing just happens out of the ordinary. Everything, if we see a gunshot here, we should see the gun that shot it. If he's going to be saved by, you should have established who will save him. Not like last minute, somebody just got from the blues and who is he? How? Make it make sense now. And then more importantly, draw a graph. More importantly, draw a graph. I didn't say this. Draw it. Who wrote "Say No to Pepsi" on my board? More importantly, draw a graph of the roller coaster that you want to take your audience on.